Hey guys, Matt here with CapitalistFight.com. If you haven't realized this by now, most people are dumb as shit. Most people think that Mexicans don't receive welfare at all. I hear people say this all the time, and I honestly don't understand why people think this. I think people hear it somewhere, believe it's true, and just repeat it to try to sound smart. These are probably the same people who still believe that you only use 10% of your brain at any given time. Alright, so let's set the record straight for these morons right now. According to the U.S. for Immigration Studies, restrictions on new legal immigrants' access to welfare have not prevented them from accessing programs at high rates because restrictions often apply to only a modest share of immigrants at any one time. Some programs are not restricted, there are numerous exceptions and exemptions, and some provisions are entirely unenforced. Equally important, immigrants, including those illegally in the country, can receive welfare on behalf of their U.S.-born children. So there you go. Those are all the reasons why illegals do receive welfare. When people say Mexicans don't receive welfare, you now know they are actually retarded. If Mexican people were not acting as a massive sponge to soak up as much taxpayer money as physically possible, there would not be an issue with them coming to the country. I would like it if people could go country to country, but unfortunately that can't happen because of the guaranteed income we have in the United States. Also, many times, Mexican people receiving welfare work on the side and earn cash from their job and send it back to Mexico. According to GAO's analysis of the World Bank's bilateral remittance matrix in 2014, about $25 billion was sent back to Mexico. Not only are they receiving welfare, but literally funneling money out of the country. Let's look at why some people are so confused and think Mexicans do receive welfare. If I go to Google and type in, "Can illegal immigrants get welfare?" one of the first links that comes up is from CNN, and apparently they're going to debunk illegal immigration myths. Let's read it and see what it says. Myth number 1, they don't pay taxes. Well, this isn't really a myth because no one says they don't pay taxes. They just don't pay that much in taxes. Anytime a person goes to the store and buys something, they pay a sales tax. However, in many cases, Mexicans don't pay any income tax. This is something called unreported employment. These are jobs such as housekeeping, babysitting, food service, construction work, farm work, and day laboring. All the sorts of jobs Hispanics typically have. These are oftentimes unreported. So actually, they really don't pay that much in taxes overall, and the taxes they do pay do not even come close to covering the amount of tax money they consume. Myth number 2, they don't pay into Social Security. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot actually don't pay into Social Security because they have unreported jobs. But illegal Hispanics that do pay into Social Security might not qualify for it, but their children do. So illegal parents pay for it and their children can use it. The point of this article is deceiving because it makes it seem as if the illegals are paying for everyone else except their own family. Even if they do pay more into this one program than they receive overall, this is just one program. If you look at the overall picture, they receive much more in public money than they pay into. Myth number 3, they drain the system. Well, actually, anyone that is on welfare is draining the system. Here is the sentence that prompted the video. Undocumented immigrants do not qualify for welfare, food stamps, Medicaid, and most other public benefits. I already showed at the beginning of the video that Mexicans actually do receive welfare and the programs they don't qualify for, their kids do. If we look further on this myth, we will see the other point that contradicts this very point they are trying to make. It says, currently, the average unlawful immigrant household costs taxpayers $14,387 per household, according to a recent report by the Heritage Foundation. Okay, well, that is bad, right? There is no way this article can shed light upon such an awful thing, but it does. It continues. In its 2013 Immigration Myths and Facts report, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce says most economists see providing these benefits as an investment for the future when these children become workers and taxpayers. Now, isn't that stupid? If that's not stupid, I don't know what is. An investment for what future? A future of inflation? A future for increased wealth redistribution? A future of dwindling economic growth? History shows time and time again that welfare does not help the poor. It does not make recipients of welfare productive members of society. All it does is keep people in poverty, unable to take care of themselves like a responsible person. Myth number 4, they take American jobs. I don't know how this can't be true. When there is an excess in labor, wages go down and there is more unemployment. When people don't have an income, they go on welfare. Some companies and corporations like illegal immigration for this very reason. They enjoy the cheap labor. They don't care about the increase in taxes for everyone else because they get tax exemptions for donating to the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party loves this because they get more votes. The upside to Mexicans coming to the country and taking jobs is certain things like produce go down in price, and that is something that everyone benefits from. But if you ask me, I would rather pay 20 cents more for my tomatoes than have another person become dependent on unemployment. The more people on unemployment and welfare, the more you are going to pay in taxes. Myth number 5, it's just a matter of following the law. I get that a lot of people want to come here legally, but that doesn't benefit the country if they immediately qualify for welfare programs. If someone comes here that is a physician or engineer, they will actually be paying a net surplus in taxes. Then of course they would benefit the country. But that's why it's easier for someone that is skilled to come to the country. Before the early 1900s, there was no welfare state or immigration laws. Anyone could come and go as they please. People wouldn't come unless it benefited them. Many people didn't make it and left. Many people did make it and lived a wonderful life. Regardless of the outcome, nobody's taxes increased when people immigrated to the country. Immigration is fine as long as that person doesn't receive taxpayer money, because the more people that receive taxpayer money, the more taxes are. The more taxes are, the less production there is, because taxes discourage production. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like and leave a comment. Subscribe for future videos.